Welcome children. Chapter number 6, Geography, Human Resources. Introduction. People residing in a country are considered its greatest resources. Various things that are provided by nature to us gain significance only when people realize how it can be used in different ways. People, along with their abilities and demand, turn these things into resources. Due to all these reasons, human resources are categorized as the ultimate resource. Those people who are motivated, healthy, and educated are responsible for developing resources according to their requirement. As compared to other resources, human resources are not distributed in an equal manner all over the globe. They may differ in sex, educational degrees, and ages. Their characteristics and numbers also see changes on large scale. Distribution of people. The pattern in which people are spread across the surface of the earth is described as a pattern of population. Distribution: around 30% of the earth's surface is occupied by more than 90% of the population currently residing in this world. The population distribution across the globe is not even at all. Few of the areas are less populated and few others are heavily crowded. In the regions of equatorial forest, high latitudes, high mountains, and tropical deserts, very few people reside over here. Northern and Eastern America, South and Southeast Asia, and Europe are some of the heavily populated regions. A major part of today's population lives on the north of the equator as compared to the south. Around three-quarters of the total population resides in two continents, Asia and Europe itself. 60% of the total population currently resides in 10 countries. All these countries have more than 100 million people. Density of population, or you can call it a population density. The number of people residing in a unit area of the surface of the earth is prescribed as population density. It is expressed in the form of per square kilometer. The average population density across the globe is 51% per square kilometer. The highest density of population can be found in South Central and South Asia. Southeast and Southeast Asia are other such regions. The average density of India's population is 382 people per square kilometers. Affecting distribution of population. Topography, climate, soil, water, minerals. So first let's say topography. People always prefer to reside on plains as compared to plateaus, mountains. It is so because people can easily carry out activities such as service, manufacturing, and farming. In this plain area, the plains of Ganga are few of the most populated regions of the world. Mountainous regions such as the Himalayas, Andes, and Alps have relatively little population. Soil. The areas which have fertile soil are considered best to carry out agricultural activities. Zhejiang and Huanghe in China, Brahmaputra and Ganga in India, and the Nile in Egypt are some of the densely populated regions due to the presence of fertile soil. Climate. People do not like to live in those regions which have extreme type of climates. Very hot regions such as Sahara Desert or Thar Desert, or cold regions such as polar regions of Canada, Russia, and Antarctica have very less or no populations. Water. Those regions in which fresh water is easily available are usually densely populated. Various river valleys are heavily populated, while desert regions do not see much population. Minerals. Those areas which have mineral deposits are usually densely populated. Discovery of oil fields in Middle Eastern countries and diamond mines in South Africa led to people settling around these places in huge number. Social, cultural, and economic factor. Social. The places that offer better health, housing, and education facilities are hugely popular. Pune is one such city example. Cultural. Those places which have some type of religious or cultural significance associated with them also are regions for being highly populated. Vatican City, Jerusalem, and Varanasi are few of the examples of such cities. Economy. Those areas which have industries or have a good options for providing employment opportunities to a large section of people. It is the major reasons why the majority of the population choose to reside around such industrial areas. India's Mumbai and Osaka in Japan are some of the examples of such places where high population is settled around industrial region. Population change, birth rate, death rate, migration, immigration, and emigration. The change in number of persons during a given period of time is usually referred to as the population change. The population of this world has never been found to be stable. As mentioned in the following figure, it keeps on increasing manifold. As the pattern of number of birth and death rate change across the globe in recent years, the population has increased at a very large rate. If you observe the history of human beings, you may find that until 1800 the population grew in a slow but steady manner. However, this pattern changed in the later years. Babies were born in large numbers. However, at the same time, their death numbers were high too. In those days, a number of places lacked even basic healthcare facility. All the people did not get two square time meal in order to fill their stomach. Even the farmers could not produce food crops in sufficient amount so that the food requirement of every person could be met. Due to all this factor, the rate of increase in population was low. It was in 1804 for the first time when the population of this world touched the mark of 1 billion. In 1859, which is around 150, later the population of this world stood at 3 billion, and this process is often addressed by the term population explosion. Only 40 years later, in 1999, the population of this world stood at 6 billion. Now, with supply of better food and required medicine, the death rate has reduced. However, the birth rate still remains high. Birth rate is the way of measures birth, that is the number of live births that take place per 1000 people. Death rate is a way to measure the deaths, that is the number of that take place per 1000 people. As the number of people who keep moving in and out of any area is defined as migration. The process of death and birth are considered as natural causes of change in the population of this world. Natural growth rate can be defined as the difference between the birth rate and death rate of a particular country. As the country growth rate has seen a rapid increase in recent years across the globe, the population has increased by a significant amount. The balance in population occurs due to the following factor. Population increase when the birth rate is greater than that of a death rate. Population stays the same when the death rate and the birth rate both are the same, and population decreases when death rate is more than the birth rate. Another way through which the size of population changes is the process of migration. People usually choose to move between a country or within countries. Those people who decide to leave a country are called emigrants, and those people who choose to arrive in a new country are called emigrants. Countries such as Australia and USA have managed to gain in numbers due to the process of in-immigration, which is also known by the name of immigration. And on the other hand, Sudan is a country that has been a drop in the population due to the process of emigrant of out migration. Generally, the international migration takes place from those countries which are less developed to those which have already developed in order to get good employment options. Within a particular country, a large section of people decide to move from rural to urban areas so that they could get good educational employment as well as healthcare opportunities. Patterns of population change. Different parts of the world witness different rates of population growth. Even though the population rate has been rising on a rapid scale in recent years, not all countries are experiencing this growth. Countries such as Kenya have seen high growth of population rate in recent time. The death rates and birth rate are also high in this country. As the healthcare system has improved in this country, death rates have recorded a sharp fall. Due to this, the birth rates remain higher, and due to this, the growth rate has also gone higher. And in other countries, for example, in the UK, the growth of population had slowed down because of the low death rates and low birth rates. Population composition. The level of economic development of a country does not depend on how densely populated that country is. For example, both Japan and Bangladesh are examples of countries which are highly populated. However, Japan is a far more developed country in compared to Bangladesh. We need to understand the qualities of a person in order to understand their role in the form of human resources. People may vary according to the age, gender, sex, professional, educational degrees, income level, occupation, as well as health condition. It is important that we understand these characteristics of different persons. The structure of the population of a place is usually referred to as population compositions. So, with the help of a composition of population, we get to know about following things. How many of them are females or male? What is the age group to which they belong? What are their educational qualification? How much they earn? What kind of health facility they are provided? Age sex pyramid is another way to study about the composition of a population of a country. The total population is divided into the age group of various categories such as 24-30. In each of the groups, the total population pyramid, we get to know about how people of a particular country are living. Children are classified in the age group below 15 years and are shown at the bottom. They give us an idea about the level of birth. The size of the top of the pyramid depicts those people whose age is above 65 years. It also depicts the number of deaths. Now, with the help of a population pyramid, we also get to know about the number of dependents residing in a particular country. Usually, the dependents are classified into two categories: young dependents, that is, age below 15 years, elderly dependents, that is, age is above 65 years. The people who belong to the working age are often said to be driven economically. If the population pyramid belonging to a country depicts high birth rate and death rates, the country's base is broad, and as you move towards top, it starts narrowing. It is depicted in such a manner because even though is in huge numbers are born, or large number of such kids die in their infancy only. The old people are few in number. The population pyramids of Kenya depict such a situation. There are countries where the death rate is on the verge of decreasing, especially among those who are really young. Due to this, the pyramid is broad, and among those who belong to younger age group, it has happened because of better health conditions. Many infants have managed to reach their adulthood. This case is especially visible in the example of our own country, as India has a large number of young people. Therefore, we have an expanding as well as large labor force. Countries such as Japan have witnessed low birth rates in the recent year. Due to this reason, its pyramid is narrower at the base. As the death rate of the country has decreased, a large number of people were able to reach old age. Hopefully, young and spirited population who have positive hopes from their future are on the spirits of any nation. Our country is fortunate to have such human resources who are relatively young. They need to be provided education and skills along with opportunity so that they become productive and able. And do you know, children, that Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana was started in 2015. It started just to aim to train 1 crore Indian youth from 2016 to 2020, and the main objective of this scheme is to encourage aptitude towards employable skills by giving quality training to probable and existing wage earner. That's all. Thank you.